What's up YouTube world? It's your girl here back at it again with another video. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Garvey and on my channel we talk about all things health, wellness, fitness, hair, really whatever you guys want to see. Today we're going to be discussing how to start working out when you're experiencing depression, a lack of motivation, anxiety, stress, all of that. I made a video a while back about how to generally start getting involved in physical activity if that's something you're interested in, but let's be honest, when you're experiencing depression, you're going to approach this much differently than when you're motivated and ready to take on the world by its horns. I think that's a saying. No, I think people always look to me as this like fitness friend, right? The person you come to when you need a new meal plan, when you want to start working out, you want to start lifting, and I love being that person for people, but I think it's just as important, if not more important, to also share with you guys these lows, right? The past few years have not been very kind to me. I've experienced depression, grief, PTSD, stress, anxiety, you name it. The point being, I'm really excited and passionate about today's topic, with depression and lack of motivation being things that I've had to learn to work through myself in the recent years. I'm going to encourage you to watch or listen into this video from start to finish, just because depression affects everyone so differently. So some of these tips might resonate with you more than others, but if you decide to implement any of these tips and tricks, please show me some love in the comments. Go ahead and give this video a nice big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Before we get started, I just want to thank you for being here first and foremost. The fact that you searched for this video, you clicked in, you tuned in, maybe you already are subscribed to me, but the fact that you found this video, or maybe this video found you, means so much to me because let's be honest, when you're dealing with depression, really just getting started is the hardest part. So thank you for being here and let's just get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start this video by taking a nice big collective inhale and exhale. So on 3, we're gonna inhale. 1, 2, 3, inhale. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and exhale. So now that we've done that, next I'm going to ask you to just really tap in with yourself and try to find the source of what is causing your depression. Maybe it's grief, stress, anxiety, physical pain, mental pain, heartache. All of those are very valid. So I need you to keep in mind what is causing your depression, because that's going to help you going forward when deciphering which one of these tips are going to help you. So if you need to pause this video here and take a moment for yourself, please, I encourage you to do so. And now we can really get started. So the first tip that I have for you guys, and these are in no particular order, is to start slow. Something that I alluded to in the introduction is that when you're experiencing depression, getting started really can be the hardest part. So remember to be easy with yourself, be gentle, be delicate, treat yourself like a baby. Maybe you used to be a 10K runner, marathoner, and you haven't felt like running, or you got injured and you physically can't run. Go for a walk, just start moving your body and see where that leads you. I can't tell you how many times I didn't feel like going for a run, so I started with a walk around the block, and that led to a jog, that led to wanting to go for a run. So really be easy with yourself, and also just recognize that mental health affects your body too. It's not all in your head like some people might say. So, remind yourself to just be easy with yourself. So for tips 2 and 3, I'm actually going to lump them together, and this is an opportunity for you to dig deep and figure out what's going to work best for you and your current state of mind. So for tip 2, I'm going to encourage you to get out of your normal routine. If you're dealing with depression that's caused by stress or anxiety, that's often because you're either dwelling on the past or worried too much about the future and what's going to happen in the future. So what's been helpful for me is trying something new, getting out of my routine. That way I'm focused on the present moment. My brain is occupied with what I'm doing currently. An example would be I was going through a breakup and I was so anxious, I was shaking, and I thought going for a run would make it better. But the whole time, my mind was just racing, I was overthinking. And what was so helpful for me was I would wake up every morning and do a dance workout. And now if you know me in person, I am not a dancer. I don't like dancing, but I would open up my windows really wide so all my neighbors could see me, and I did a dance workout every morning, and that's what I needed at the time to get my head out of overthinking, that anxiety, that depression. Now, I think tip number 3 can be great if you're experiencing depression caused by grief or PTSD or a general lack of motivation, and that is to stick to a routine, things that you're familiar with. And I say this because when you're experiencing this kind of depression, sometimes you might forget to do the bare necessities, right? Like you might not shower, you might not eat, you might not clean up around the house. And it can be helpful to kind of create a checklist of things to do every day. So if you're incorporating something that you already know brings you joy, you already are familiar with, you know and love, I think that that's more realistic than trying to all of a sudden go accomplish a marathon. I keep using a marathon as an example. I'm not a marathon runner. Tip number 4, and I think that this does a great job of incorporating some of the elements that I've mentioned in the other tips, is to distract yourself while you're working out. So this might mean putting on an audiobook or a podcast while you're on the stationary bike. What I'll do is I'll throw on the TV while I'm doing a workout video, or I'll start slow by watching TV while I'm using my weighted hula hoop. I think this is a great job of also keeping your mind from wandering, and you're distracting yourself while you're working out. For tip number 5, we're gonna dive a little bit into motivating factors. So there are 2 types of motivating factors: extrinsic and intrinsic motivators. Extrinsic motivators come from external factors. So either you're participating in an activity because you don't want to be punished, or you're going to receive an award for participating. And intrinsic really comes from what motivates you internally, or doing something because you simply enjoy doing the task. So an example for an extrinsic motivator for me would kind of a little bit of self-sabotage, but when I'm not feeling motivated to go work out, I look at people on social media that have like really nice bodies, and that will typically motivate me to get up and go work out. Now I know my mom on like the other side of the spectrum, she'll look at like 1,000-pound sisters, and that's what motivates her to get up and go work out. An intrinsic motivator for me recently has been, since recovering from COVID, just remembering back to a time where I physically could not walk. I was, for 2 days pretty sick. I was so dizzy I couldn't even walk or stand for that long. So thinking back to that time is enough motivation for me to get up and want to go work out. And I will say that for me at least, it varies which form of motivation that I pull from. So discover what brings you motivation, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, and what will inspire you to get up and go work out. Tip number 6, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my video about how to start working out, so if you haven't seen that, go take a look at that one too, but is to create a regular schedule and really plan your workouts. Maybe you're not a morning person, maybe you are, but it's important to kind of like create a checklist for yourself and make sure that you're creating consistency. At least for me, if I don't have that consistency, I plan to work out in the morning, all of a sudden it's 3 o'clock, I'm too tired to work out, I've been in bed all day, it never happens. So creating that schedule for yourself, that consistency can really go a long way. The 7th tip I have for you guys is to get dressed up when you go work out. When you're starting to feel like yourself again, you have more of a routine, I think when you look good, you feel good, you're more inclined to go work out. Go get you a gym bae, but seriously, I think that if you're gonna work out in the morning, either sleep in your workout clothes, have them next to your bed. If you work out in the afternoon, bring your gym bag to work, whatever the case may be. But when you look good and you're comfortable, you have that confidence to keep pushing yourself going forward. So maybe don't get super dressed up, but put some effort into your outfit once you feel well enough to do so. And yeah, it makes my workouts a lot better. Speaking of, I have been absolutely loving matching sets recently, and Parade has the comfiest and cutest matching sets. You can go straight from sleeping or lounging to working out. I might have done it a few times, but I'll leave a code below so you can take 20% off of your purchase, or use code GarveyExodus and get 20% off of your purchase. I'll leave a link down below and get yourself some cute workout outfits. And that is the absolute perfect transition into the last tip that I have for you guys today, tip number 8, and that is to make sure that you're rewarding yourself for your progress. You might not be at the level that you used to be at, maybe you're just getting back into things. Take it nice and slow, but make sure that you're rewarding yourself for your progress, because let's be honest, it's not easy. And let's also mention that progress is not linear. Some days you might be having a good day, and some days you might be feeling like you're taking a few steps back. But make sure that you stick with it, you stay consistent, and continue rewarding yourself and continue trying. Well, that's all that I have for you guys today. Again, if you tuned into this video, thank you so much, because getting started really can be the hardest part. If you decide to try any of these tips today, please let me know how they work for you down in the comments. Give this video a nice big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at GarveyExodus. I'm trying to hit 10K and we're a little ways away, let's be honest. So please give me a follow there and subscribe on YouTube. And I will see you in the next video.